My neighbor tried to get me evicted. Now she's the one moving out. The first time my neighbor called the cops on me, I thought it was a mistake. I was watching a movie at 9 p.m., volume low, lights dimmed, nothing crazy. But 20 minutes later, I had 2 officers at my door because someone complained about constant parties. That someone was my neighbor Carol, a woman who somehow managed to turn HOA complaints into a full-time job. At first, I tried to be understanding. Maybe she had sensitive ears. Maybe she was just lonely. But then came the next week when she reported me for parking too close to her mailbox, even though our driveways were 10 feet apart. The final straw? She emailed the landlord saying I was running an illegal Airbnb because my cousin stayed with me for 2 nights. That's when I realized this wasn't a misunderstanding. Carol wanted me gone. For context, I'd moved into this quiet suburban neighborhood 3 months ago, excited for some peace after years of apartment living. I kept to myself, mowed my lawn, and waved at people. But Carol? She hated newcomers. She made it her mission to protect the neighborhood's integrity. Translation, she liked being the queen of complaints. Things escalated fast. The landlord scheduled an inspection after her report, and I almost lost my lease. I was furious but decided not to yell or fight. Instead, I smiled at Carol the next morning and told her I hoped she'd have a lovely day. That confused her, which was exactly what I wanted. You see, I had a plan. Carol was obsessed with rules, so I decided to beat her with her own game. I started documenting everything. Every time her dog barked past quiet hours, every time her trash bin sat out past collection day, every time her boyfriend's car blocked the sidewalk. I didn't exaggerate, I just kept records. Photos, timestamps, the works. Then came her mistake. One Saturday night, she threw a small gathering. Nothing crazy except it went past midnight, with music echoing through the cul-de-sac. I stayed up, sipping tea, documenting the whole thing. The next morning, I sent an anonymous email to the HOA and landlord complete with video evidence. 2 days later, Carol was standing outside with her arms crossed, arguing with the landlord. Apparently, she had a history of disturbing the peace. My evidence was the final nail. The irony? Her lease renewal was up next month. And this time it wasn't renewed. The day she moved out, I watched from my porch as she loaded boxes into her car. She wouldn't even look at me. But I walked over anyway. "Hey Carol," I said, smiling. "If you need help with the boxes, I've got time tonight. I'm not doing any illegal Airbnbs." Her jaw tightened so hard I thought it might crack. She just slammed her trunk and drove off without a word. Now, I sit in my peaceful home, no late-night knocks, no fake complaints, just quiet. The funniest part? The new neighbors who moved into Carol's old house are the nicest couple ever. They brought cookies on their first day. It's strange how some people spend so much energy trying to make others miserable, and then wonder why life turns on them. I didn't have to scream or fight back, I just let karma borrow my Wi-Fi for a while. Have you ever had a neighbor from hell? What's the worst thing they ever did? Tell me in the comments, I need to know. I'm not the only one who survived neighborhood drama.